Hello everybody, welcome to the lesson. So today we're going to learn Good Riddance by Green Day. Now a lot of people call this song Time of Your Life, which is understandable because that's the words that he actually sings all the way through the song. But anyway, I'm going to play this to you now so you can see what I'm going to teach you in this lesson. And the funny thing about this song is, if you listen to the track on the CD, he plays a few notes at the start of the song which sound like he's made a mistake on the recording. And to be honest, I think he probably did. But anyway, I'm going to show you those notes anyway. So it sounds like this. Okay, brilliant. So it's a lovely little piece, and what I like about it is it's nice and simple. There's only really two sections to the song. And a little distinction I want to make to you is we're going to start off by plucking the single strings with the plectrum, but eventually throughout the song as it progresses, he actually starts to strum the strings instead of just picking them. So that's just something for you to be aware of, and I'm going to show you both, okay? So let's begin. We're going to start with a G chord. Now you already know a G chord because we learned it as part of the free 12-part course. So if you need to refresh your memory, I'll show you it now, but if you haven't seen that free 12-part course, go and have a look at it because it's free and it's brilliant value. You know, there's a lot of useful stuff in it. But anyway, let's begin. So the middle finger goes on the 6th string at fret 3. The first finger goes on the 5th string at fret 2. And then these two fingers go on the 2nd and the 1st string, both at fret 3. And you can look at the chord diagram next to me if you just want to clarify that. And here's what you're going to do. Here's the notes he plays when it sounds like he's made a mistake at the start of the song. You're going to pluck the 6th string twice, and then you're going to pluck the 3rd string upwards, and then the 4th string upwards. And he does that twice. Okay, and then the actual proper song begins. So you're going to pluck the 6th string downwards twice, and then you're going to pluck the 2nd string upwards, and then the 3rd string upwards, and then the 6th string downwards, and then the 3rd string upwards. So let me just demonstrate that to you again in slow motion. Okay, now he does it twice, so it should sound like this. Okay, there we go. If you need to stop the tape and rewind that and just check that you got it right, I really suggest you do. So what you want to do now is move these two fingers down a string. So now the middle finger's on the 5th string at fret 3 and the first finger is on the 4th string at fret 2. But these two fingers have stayed where they are on the 1st and 2nd string. And what we've got here is a C9 chord. And what I want you to do is use your plectrum and pluck the 5th string twice, and then the 2nd string upwards, the 3rd string upwards, and then the 5th string downwards, and the 3rd string upwards. So let me just demonstrate that in slow motion. Okay, very good. Now what we're going to do is move to a D chord. And you already know a D because again, that was part of the free course. So just to refresh your memory, it's the 3rd string at fret 2, the middle finger on the 1st string at fret 2, and then the 2nd string at fret 3. What's strange is we're not actually going to pluck the 1st string, so in theory we don't need this finger, but what we're going to do is use it anyway because it's good practice for the D chord. And what I'm going to ask you to do is pluck the 4th string downwards twice, and then pluck the 2nd string upwards, 3rd string, and then the 4th string downwards, and you're going to take your first finger off and pluck the 3rd string upwards. So when we do that, it should sound like this. Okay, so let me join all that together for you now in slow motion, and then I'll play it at full speed. So we've got twice on the G, and then you're going to move these fingers down, and then the D. And at full speed, okay, so that's how the main verse of the song goes. So the next thing he does, the song moves to like a what I call a B section, or part 2 we can call it, and he's going to use an E minor chord. Now an E minor is really simple. It's the middle finger on the 5th string at fret 2 and the 3rd finger on the 4th string at fret 2, right next to each other. Now I'm going to take the opportunity at this point to show you the strumming pattern, because from now on we're not going to pluck the single strings. We're actually going to play like this by strumming all the strings. So what you're going to do is strum downwards twice, and then upwards twice, and then downwards and then upwards. So we've got down, down, up, down, up. And it's really important that you get the correct strokes with the plectrum. You know, where I've said go down, make sure you do get it exactly right. So like this. Down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's the strumming pattern. So once you've done the E minor, you're going to move to a D chord, and you're going to strum the same pattern, but of course with a D we're only going to strum 4 strings because the D doesn't use the top 2 strings, okay? So it's going to sound like this. Okay, and now we're going to go to a C chord. Now you may not know a C chord, so I'll teach it to you now. It's the 3rd finger on the 5th string at fret 3, the middle finger on the 4th string at fret 2, and the 1st finger goes on the 2nd string at fret 1. By the way, if you need a little break in order to get these chords correct, what you can do is print out the PDF document that came with this lesson when you downloaded it, and you can print that out and you'll see it's got all the chord diagrams there, so you can have it by your side, and that'll just help you so you can practice in your own time. So you're going to use the same strumming pattern on the C, just strumming the 5 strings. Okay, very good. And now we're going to go to a G chord, but we're going to do a slightly different version of G, because already in this song we've played a G like this. But there's several ways of doing it, and what I'm going to ask you to do is not use your 1st finger, but instead put your middle finger on the 5th string at fret 2, and your 3rd finger on the 6th string at fret 3, and then the little finger is left on its own on the 1st string at fret 3. Okay, and you're going to use the same strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. So let me join those 4 chords together now so you can see how this section sounds when they're all together. So. Okay, there we go. And you want to do that twice. Okay, so don't worry if your strumming pattern isn't at full speed yet. You know, it would be perfectly normal for it to take a lot of practice for you to get it nice and smooth, okay? So don't feel bad if you're not keeping up with me as we play it. That's fine. And the other thing I just want to mention, you may have seen my thumb coming over the top of the guitar, and there's a good reason for that. For example, when we play a C chord, the thumb touches the 6th string and stops it from accidentally making a noise, because the C chord only uses the 5 strings, for example. And the same goes for the D. You'll see me get my thumb right over the top so it touches the 6th and 5th string. Now, it's not necessary for you to do that. It's just a handy little technique. And to be honest, not everybody's hands are as flexible as each other's, so you want to make sure that you're still using the plectrum to strum the correct strings on the chord anyway. So once we've done that section, what you're going to do now is the E minor again, and then the G, and the E minor again, and then the G again, and then the E minor again, and then just strum a D. Okay, and that is the end of the chorus, if you like. And at this point, he goes back into the original section, where you can either pick the strings or strum the chords. So I want to demonstrate the whole thing through to you now, once at a very slow speed, and then I'll play it again at full speed. So here goes. And at this point, I'm going to start strumming those chords. And now we're going to start the second section. Okay, so now I'm going to play it at full speed, and then it's your job to go and learn it and practice it and make it sound brilliant. So here we go. Okay, there we go. And you can play around with that until your heart's content, and you just loop it round and round, do one part, then the other, the verse, then the chorus. Okay, I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with this song, so I really invite you to watch this video over and over again if you need to make sure you're getting the picking and the strumming right, and print out the PDF document and have the chords by your side. So good luck, and remember, once you've learned it, go and play it to people, because that's what it's all about, you know, go and entertain people. So have fun. Thanks for joining me in the lesson. I look forward to seeing you again in another one of these video guitar lessons. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.